What is going on, guys? This is EK1 Gaming here, and in today's video, yes, you can probably tell by looking at the thumbnail and reading the title, I'm going to do another video again about this loot situation because the same's happened again. But however, before we get into the video, make sure you hit the like button if you enjoy this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new, and the little notification bell to be notified every time we go live streaming or we upload content. And also leave me a comment in the comment section below, letting me know what your opinions are on this loot situation. So let's just get straight into the video. The problem is with loot, in my opinion, is that the devs have not acted upon anything they've ever said about fixing the situation with rainbow loot or just generally fixing target loot. Now, you'll all know at the end game, basically what most people want or what most people need is near enough perfect god roll gear, and I'm not expecting that to drop all the time. However, I had a discussion with one of the clan members today, and he pointed out a good point. The point being, if you're at end game, how do you get that perfect rolled item? So, for example, if you need a Providence chest piece with armor regen, and crit damage, what are the chances of you actually getting that at a high enough standard to where even if you get those rolls, you've got to get them pretty much maxed out? And it made me think, that's a good point. So end game loot, we all know it's trash because we get that much rainbow loot and that much the low stats on heroic and even legendary dropping low stats. And when you go into missions, you're literally not even getting hardly any pieces of target loot. And talking about target loot, even in Summit, when you open the boxes with the keys, that does not like hold target loot. Why doesn't that hold target loot? Now, I get that the control points, them boxes, they don't have target loot in because people would literally just walk around opening those boxes, okay? Or just open world boxes don't have it. However, Summit, you have to try and earn that key. You have to go in, complete floors and floors of possibly legendaries, depending what level you're on, to get them keys to open the boxes to hope that you get your exotic components for a useless chest piece. Now, why does that not have the target loot for one? Okay, why doesn't it just guarantee one piece of target loot? In a mission, when I select a mission, I always look like, what's the target loot for today in this mission? So the target loot for today in this mission was Fenris group. So it's Fenris holster I need. So I was like, yeah, let's get it. You know, get some Fenris, get some decent AR stuff, and we'll be okay. Now, the issue is, I'm playing it on Heroic. Yes, that's fine. You know, you can play it on Heroic. It's generally easy to run through Heroic, you know. Sometimes you'll die, sometimes you'll slip up, you know, maybe stay out of cover that a little bit too long. But generally, you can literally burst through Heroics quite fast. So, I'd say, you know, out of this whole mission, I should drop at least a couple of pieces of Fenris. And possibly, you know, a decent actual rolled piece because it's on Heroic. However, that's not the case. You know, it's not the case. You can see the loot here. That's not bad. But look, I mean, there's nothing usable about this. Now, I'm not just like kind of complaining about the loot. I'm just thinking like, what did we do before this? Like, you know, in Division 1... how did we keep playing the game? How did we, when we got to end game, and I am talking about end game loot, so no, don't confuse this with me saying everyone needs to be dropping best loot, but at the end game point where you've done everything in the game, what do you do to get that loot or get your build maxed out, ready to then go on to things like the Dark Zone? Although the Dark Zone is obviously terrible here, but ideally you'd want to be prepared for the next level of whatever it is that's coming after end game. Now, one thing that we had in Division 1, which actually slipped my mind, and I went back today and had a look just to make sure, but yeah, one thing we had was the optimization station. Now, if you're unaware of Division 1 and you didn't play it, the optimization station was next to the recalibration station. You used to go up to it, pick a piece of gear, and this could be anything pretty much, and whatever stats you had on it, it would optimize all of the stats selected. So on this one, I'm going to get a bit more stamina. You know, if you got crit chance, you'd get that as well. And basically what you had to do is get your armor and everything maxed out. So by doing this, it put all of your attributes that were on your piece of gear up. So for the holsters, you could literally put up all three talent, or all three attributes. So you can put up your damage, your stamina, and your electronics all in one go, and then max out that piece of gear. So that's kind of thing that we're missing here. There's no way for us to actually just pump up our gear a little bit, because if you've got, say, a holster with 14% weapon damage, 10% crit damage, and 5% crit chance, yeah, that is good, okay? But what about when you just want to max that out? You have to then go and go against the odds and try and get that piece of gear where all three, for one, all three don't roll different stats, like you haven't got different colours like rainbow loot. For two, you've got to hope that they're all god roll, or two of them at least are god roll, so you can roll the third. And for three, you've just got to hope that one of the stats isn't down, because if one of the stats is a different colour at all, that's it. The piece is no good anymore to you. So an optimization station, to me, would be a great fix and a great addition to the game. Now, you might be saying to me, oh, well, then everyone will just have god roll builds and people will stop playing the game. Well, that's not how it's going to work, is it? Because in Division 1 for the optimization station, you had to collect SHD tech. And to do that, you used to go around the DZ, you used to go around farming, doing different objectives, etc. to pick up SHD tech, and basically, using that to upgrade each time. So why don't they bring in a currency, what we have to go and get from doing different things, like raids, summits, and heroic missions, even time trials, etc., like they like doing. Why don't we get rewarded in some kind of currency where we can use that in an optimization station? And make sure maybe the station unlocks at, I don't know, level 30, level 40, when you're end game. So basically that doesn't stop people from progressing, or doesn't stop people from actually playing the levels up when they first start the game. Because when you do first start the division, it is a good game. PvE in this game is pretty good. I'm not going to lie, it's good, right? The only issue is end game is terrible. And the Division 1 had the Dark Zone. Here, the Dark Zone has been neglected and ruined by them basically just not giving a crap about it, because none of the devs, I don't think, ever step foot in the Dark Zone without 5 other people with them to protect them when they're doing their little exploits for SHD. Now, basically, what can we do? This is a question to you guys as well. What would you like to see? Because I honestly think in my head right now, if they brought an optimization station in, people will go out, they'd still farm some gear, because you'd want to get it quite high, because you wouldn't want to use too much of your, shade tech or SHD tech to actually, have to upgrade it. So you'd still want a high roll initially. But then, at least you'd be able to max out some builds. And that way, people would actually probably build other builds as well. Because at the moment, when I look at a build and I'm like, yeah, I could make that could work. And then I just realise to myself, well, actually, I'm going to have to farm for probably 3 months to even put that build together. By the time I put it together, the build's probably already been nerfed, because they nerf builds every other week. And that's it, So I don't know what your thoughts are, guys. I just wanted to do this video just to address it again. I know we keep talking about it. I sound like a broken record, but honestly, I'm giving them options, and they're already options that they've already implemented in their old game this time. So how can they not just implement it into this game? It's not difficult. It's the same as what I talk about survival, but we're not going to go into that as well. But honestly, it's a simple, easy implementation to slightly fix the issue in a way. Now, guys, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on this subject. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and the little notification bell, and I'll see you all in the next video. Let's go!